All right. I missed middle school by IBZ. Let's. This is gonna be the last video I'm gonna get into, and we gonna play some games, man. What the fuck?
Elementary school
That
was
that
so
just
chill. It
that was
was
just
so
fucking
easy. It
retarded.
was like, how many frogs do you see here on the board? Add them all up. And that's how we learned how to do.
Nigga, is he talking about middle school or elementary? What when do we do that in middle school?
Elementary school was so
Okay.
chill. It was so easy. It was like, how many frogs do you see here on the board? Add them all up. And that's how we learned how to do addition. You had one teacher, one single teacher, and it actually felt like they cared about you.
I had two.
The field trips were awesome. We always went to the craziest places during elementary
That was
school. And then
crazy. Back in elementary school, we really only had like one or two teachers. That's it. Like one or two teachers the entire day, like for 8 hours. That's crazy, man.
something changed when we went.
Y'all know something crazy is how school literally prepares you to work. Like how you have to go to school in the morning for 8 hours straight. And then like how you have to usually go to work for that long or more, even more, like 10 hours, 12-hour shifts. Crazy, man. Crazy. See, then think about that.
To middle
Niggas
school.
probably
Well,
still
to start
working.
off, school started an hour earlier. I think that was the biggest detriment. You're 10 years old waking up at 7, and then the next year you're 11 years old waking up at 6. Who wants to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning? I did not take this change well, and I started sleeping in my first hour of class right off the bat. And as I gave up on that class, the teacher also gave up on me.
Middle
Funny
school
enough,
was so
she let me
crazy.
sleep in the entire class until the
Literally
very
my
end.
worst
She just
years
made
of
me do
life.
all the work. And I actually ended up getting a B. I know it's middle school and
Crazy
grades
thing
don't really
is, I met some of my bestest friends from middle school, but it was literally I hated middle school all my life. Like I hate middle school. Jesus, I hate middle school. Like that was the worst version of me for real.
didn't matter much, but kind of a sweet deal if you ask me. I remember one of the days in that class where I actually wasn't sleeping. I was talking with my group, like at the group table, and they were talking about the teacher. Apparently she was wearing some pants that was showing something, and they were like, hey, check out the miss. She got a camel toe. And you know, me being 10 or 11 years old or whatever, leans
I
in
don't know
and is
what
like,
the fuck a camel toe was. At that
what's a
age.
camel toe? And as I'm saying that, they're staring at me. It was like the classical movie thing where the teacher's standing behind you while you're talking about something you shouldn't. And she's like, what are you guys talking about? With the biggest evil smile ever. We didn't get in any trouble. I guess she just wanted to scare us. But from that point on, I was actually confused on if a camel toe was a good thing or a bad thing for a few years. I eventually found out it depends on the
Facts.
attractiveness of the woman, I think. I honestly still kind of don't know. So although she was a young
I ain't
teacher,
gonna
let's
pause.
just say it was not a good thing. I definitely did not like having to walk around and jump from teacher to teacher in middle school. I missed how elementary school just had one solid teacher. I just feel like when
Facts.
you're with the same students for an entire year, the teachers actually care about you. Well, in middle
Facts.
school, we had a homeroom class, but it's not the same. In fact, my 6th grade homeroom teacher was kind of a douchebag. I also had him for math. The funny thing about him is that he tried to relate to the kids by talking about how much of a gamer he is. Oh yeah, well, 40-year-old man that plays Call of Duty on his free time. Here's how you can relate math to your KD ratio. Well, in middle school, me and my friends were kind of
I don't even think I really remember all the teachers in middle school. I remember the first teacher that I really did not like was this nigga. I'm gonna say his actual name because you know fuck that nigga. What's the nigga name? Mr. Mincer or some shit. For 6th grade science. What's his science class? Man, I hated that nigga. That nigga. God, I hated that nigga. Nigga, what was that nigga bald or some shit? I hated that nigga, man. I forgot why he. Oh yeah, he was touching some girls or some shit. Never mind. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. That nigga was just weird. That's all I'm gonna say. That nigga was just weird, chat. He was just a weird nigga. He was touching on a girl or some shit like that, and he got kicked out. Then this nigga came in. I forgot. Damn, I literally forgot his name. He came in, and the nigga saved me from science class. Like I literally had like a 40, 42 in that nigga class. But damn, what's that nigga name? Mr. Klaus or some shit? Yeah, Mr. Klaus. I think. Yeah, that nigga came through. Man, my 42 went all the way to an 87 or something. I got the most improved in science class award that year. It was crazy. Fuck Mr. Mitchell.
pranks. We had this thing where we would join open Minecraft worlds based off of your Xbox friends list, and just kill everybody. So I joined a friend's world who was playing with this teacher's 6-year-old son, and I just killed everybody. And they were like, dude, why would you do that? You made his son cry. And I don't know if they were trying to guilt trip me or something to make me feel bad, but it did the complete opposite. I felt actually really good about myself. I hated the school part of middle school, but I really liked the social part. I think my mom thought I wouldn't fit in, and in the summer in between 5th and 6th grade.
I'm sorry for keep pausing, but nigga, this is about middle school. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about my middle school years. Like, I went to a whole different school after elementary, obviously. But the school that I went to after my elementary school had elementary, middle, and high school. But I came from a different elementary school, and I was at that school from 6th grade literally till I graduated high school. And when I first came there, you know, I'm still a very quiet person. Like, I'm not a social person unless I really know you. But I was quiet as fuck. Like, I really shout out to all the people that talked to me at first. They, you know, get me started up a little bit so I could go out and make friends. But man, middle school, it started off a little rough on the social side. I didn't really start getting really social for real until probably freshman year of high school.
He got me this book. It was this really weird book, like a handbook to middle school or something. I thought it was the cringiest thing ever. I didn't read it, but I did skim through it and flip through the pages a little bit. And this one page was like burned into my mind due to how cringe it was. And I feel like the author was using this page as a self-insert because the topic was super specific.
Do I
it was
want to
about
talk about that
comebacks you can
before
use
I play some games?
if somebody bullies you in front of your crush. And I remember the specific comeback for if a bully shoves you into a locker in front of your crush was to say, "Damn, bitch, you live like this?" Nah, just kidding. It was, "Geez, I didn't know they let hippopotamuses into the school." You know, I think I'd rather just take the L and move on rather than adding to it.
Why would
I
you
just
tell
gave the book
somebody
back
that?
to my mom because I just don't think I needed it. I don't think anybody needed it. You know, I don't think I had to worry as much about being bullied by students as I did by teachers. Like, sure, there was that one kid that always had a chip on his shoulder and was a douche to everybody, sure. But there was so many more teachers that were just like dicks for no reason. Example, 8th grade science class.
Breaking Bad.
If you were late to class, the teacher made you call home no matter what. No excuses, nothing. This includes even if you are a foot away from the door. I'm not even joking. There was times where I was near 5 seconds from entering the room, but the bell rang and I had to call home. Now, I actually had a decent excuse as to why I was late so often.
That's kind of stupid because I don't think none of the teachers in my school did that. I don't think none of them did that. You had to call. I remember you had to get a pass. Now they'll make you get a pass, but call home? Why would you have to call home? That's stupid.
You see, I had PE the class before science, so the PE gym is on the complete opposite side of the—
No. Now, this is some shit that I went through in my final year of school, literally 12th grade year, my senior year. The gym was further from this. The gym was like all the way over here. All the way over here, no bullshit. The gym was all the way over here, and Spanish class was like all the way right here. And y'all know how gym class get. It's not even talking about that. Once gym class in, we can leave, walk all the way, blah blah blah. The doors are right here. You know, you can either walk around this way or you can walk around this way. So I'm gonna walk around this way. Boom, 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 and probably the bell is gonna ring right here. And sometimes the Spanish teacher was such a bitch that she would tell me that I had to go get a pass, even though she knows that I was in PE class and it was going to take a minute to get to the class.
The school
Crazy.
as my science class. So I have to choose in between being 5 seconds late or sprinting down the halls, having people chase after me and yelling at me to slow down. I actually went online and found the map of my middle school and did calculations with the scale. I had to walk 655 feet in 4 minutes
that sounds crazy.
without running. I did some research and I did some math, and the average 12-year-old should be able to walk 1,093 feet in 4 minutes. But then you got to take into consideration how busy the hallways are. I had to change change clothes because of PE? What if I needed my
Yeah.
textbook out of my locker because I didn't let you bring your backpack to class? What if I needed to use the bathroom? What if I needed to dab up a friend in the hallway? Man, you know, bottom line, she was tripping for no reason. So what about my middle school Riz game? So in 8th grade, your
Oh,
boy had a
Jesus.
crush, as normal 8th graders tend
I
to do.
have
And I remember
nothing.
I didn't have a
Nothing in middle
smartphone, so I
school.
didn't have a browser
No
or
Riz.
anything. And I think my laptop was broken.
Nigga,
Actually,
back
yeah,
in middle school, the most res I had was on Kick. Wait, no, Kick was a freshman year. Kick was like 8th grade freshman year. That was the most res I had in middle school. None of the girls like me in middle school. Let's just keep it like that. None of the girls fuck with me back in middle school, nigga. They fuck with me now, but they didn't fuck with me in middle school, man. Just
yeah,
say
my
it like that.
laptop was broken, and that one actually is a really funny story. I'll tell that one first. Okay, so
They definitely won't
my
fuck with me in
dad
middle
is a
school.
pretty religious person. We would go to the mosque every Sunday. I know you're supposed to go on Fridays, but because of school, we'd always miss the Friday prayers. But our mosque had a Sunday program, so we would just go on Sundays. Me and my brother was supposed to be getting ready for the mosque, but instead we were watching the Super Hot Fire video on YouTube on my laptop. And the part comes on where he's like, "But I'm not a rapper." And me and my brother burst out into laughter. My dad runs in and sees that we're not ready at all, punches the computer screen, completely shattering it.
Why,
looks
though?
at me and is like, "I'm not a rapper." Anyways, that's the reason why I messaged my crush asking for her number on the Xbox 360 window browser. I would just open
that's
up
crazy.
Facebook after school on my Xbox 360's web browser.
Y'all
and just
remember
call-
doing that shit on the Xbox? The Xbox 360 was really like that because I'd be forgetting that you can do all of this on 360. Like you can't even do this on consoles now. I'm pretty sure you can do it on the Xbox Series X, but on a PS5 you cannot go to Facebook. You can't do all that shit. You can't even go to the internet on the fucking PS5. But on a 360, a console that came out what 2006, you could go on Facebook, man. That shit was crazy.
talk to her. Well, I eventually did get her number and we'd text over there because it was a lot easier. But she ended up rejecting me because I never talked to her in real life. I was just really shy, man. Plus, she was always, like, she never made herself open. She'd always be hanging around her friends. But the funny thing about that is that in our language arts class that we had together, we had this
Yo,
really
some of
young
these niggas was
teacher, and I was
actually
able to raise up
smashing
the
in middle
teacher. I
school.
remember
That's
making her
crazy.
blush a couple of times because I'm just funny like that. Now, I was friends with this one guy that got expelled from a private school, and he ended up in our school, and we were doing the Anne Frank section of language arts. I remember he made this really funny joke, completely unrelated to Jewish people. It was an offensive joke or anything, and we both started laughing out really hard. And I think our teacher thought that we were making anti-Semitic jokes or something. So she made us research a topic on the Holocaust and do an oral report on it in front of the class. And
Oh
I didn't
my
know why
God.
she got so angry until nowadays it hit me. I'm like, oh my God, bro. She thinks we're like racist anti-Semites or something. Talking and cracking jokes during the Anne Frank unit drastically tanked my Riz game. Now, language arts teachers were crazy, bro. It's insane that I've already told 2 stories out of the 3 language arts teachers I've had. Well, here goes number 3, because I got a story about 7th grade as well. So, as I was stating in my
I don't
first
think I have
school
any
video,
crazy language arts stories. I think all my language arts teachers was pretty cool. All my language arts teachers pretty cool. I think. Or maybe I'm just recessing all of that in the back of my head. I don't even remember it because it was traumatizing. I don't know.
I was kind of a class clown. This peaked about 7th grade. In this language arts class, we actually had a really small class. It only had 13 kids in it, where the usual is about 30. Actually, I think it was less than 13. I think it was only about like 7 kids in the class. But I started cracking jokes left and right, bro. I got the whole class, the whole 7 kids laughing, bro. But then I noticed people
7
were
kids
starting
is
to get
incredible.
angry. I was goofing off too much. I needed to start getting serious. So I decided it's time to get serious. And we were doing some bullshit symbolism unit or something. And the front cover of the book, it was a short story, but the front cover of the story had a guy looking at a clock. It just had a close-up of his eyeball. And you can see a clock in the eyeball. And the teacher looks at me and she's like, "What do you think this means?" And I say, "Maybe his eye tells the time?" I was thinking some kind of like anime
I
eyeball
mean,
thingy.
why is that? Why was that exactly what I said in my head? That's
like
crazy.
maybe it's just his superpower, his eye tells the time or something. My retarded ass did not realize that it was a reflection of the clock in his eyeball. Everybody thought I was goofing around and saying stupid shit for laughs when I was actually being serious for one time. I'm sorry for being stupid. Y'all went through the COVID pandemic. We went through the pantsing pandemic, bro. I thought pantsing
Man. No, yes, they was doing that shit. Why was niggas pantsing other niggas? Why would y'all do that? Like, what was the purpose of even doing that? Listen, what was the purpose? What was the purpose of y'all pantsing niggas? Like, let's be honest, we're all grown now. What was the purpose of you pulling down a nigga pants? Are you gay? Like, why would you do that? That was so stupid. Like, I remember one of these niggas pulled down somebody's pants, right? Nigga, whole cock was out. Whole cock was out. Like, I'm being dead serious. We all saw this nigga jump, and it took this nigga a good couple of seconds to put his hand on his jump. Everybody, it was in gym class. I remember it. The nigga, they pulled the nigga pants down, and this nigga shit was small as fuck, and it was just out. Like, what was the what did y'all get out of that? I mean, I get that y'all was trying to embarrass niggas, but like, bro, come on, bro. Like, pants and niggas? What was that? Then there was a time where these niggas was punching niggas in the nuts, chat. They was punching niggas in the nuts. Like, I'm talking about in the lunch line, like in the hallway. Like, I'm talking about like socking niggas dead in the fucking nuts. Y'all did that in school. For what? Why? Y'all niggas was weird in middle school and high school. Why was y'all doing that? For what? What was the purpose? Please tell me.
It was a cliche you only see in TV shows and movies. But nah, some kid at my middle school decided it was his mission to make that a reality. You
Just
always had to watch
niggas.
yourself around
They
him, bro.
literally won't even pantsing just to show your underwear, which I get it. You know, that's you know, some of these niggas be having crazy underwear, but some of these niggas was pantsing. They grab your underwear and your pants, so it could have your booty cheeks showing and your wee wee showing.
Always had to keep your hands on your waist. He went by Goose because his last name looked like Goose, but I personally also think he looked like a goose himself. Anyways, when we got
Crazy,
pantsed,
man.
you know, you just move on. You just move on. You got pantsed, it happens. He pantses everybody, you move on, right? There was this one kid that had very bad anger
Racism,
issues,
anger
and he was
issues.
deathly afraid of being pantsed.
Oh.
He was so afraid of being pantsed, he wore 3 pairs of basketball shorts under his
Nah,
pants.
that's
Legend
crazy.
has it, Goose got all 4 layers of pants and revealed that kid's underwear. And his anger issues kicked in, and his face turned all red, and he started huffing and puffing. Yeah, we had to like grab him and like tell him to calm down and shit, because it's really not that serious. I mean, look, bro, I got pants.
It's not
and it
that
came down.
serious. No, that was a fight. I don't know what type of school y'all went to, but that's literally a fight. Pants and niggas, like, bro, come on.
My underwear too, and let's just say, hey, I'm not trying to get a little detailed or anything, but I'm a grower, not a shower.
Hey man, that's why. See, I ain't get pants because I already know. I already know how I am. I'm a grower too. Like, nigga, no, you're not pantsing me, nigga.